Hey guys, thought I'd do a short video talking about flexibility training. So we've talked a lot about running training, strength training, some cross training with Chris in the pool. I'd say those three elements comprise probably somewhere between half and 2/3 of the training spectrum. The other portions are flexibility training and nutrition. So today I thought we'd talk a little bit about flexibility training because it's as important as a lot of the other things we're doing. And it's super important in basically preventing injuries, feeling better when we're going out for hard runs, recovering faster. There's a lot of benefits to be had from flexibility training. So I thought we'd touch on a few things, specifically because there were a couple athletes that told me they were having either calf pain, calf tightness, Achilles problems, or even hamstring, quad stuff. Lots we can do to prevent that pain from becoming worse. So today I thought we'd talk a little bit about self-massage, and scientifically it's called self-myofascial release. But essentially we can use a number of tools like a foam roller to help us release muscle knots and knots in our muscle fibers from preventing us from enjoying what we want to do. I'm sure all of us have felt at some point like an ache and pain somewhere, something that's prohibiting us from really doing as much as we want to. And so this training, this flexibility training, is important in addressing that. So we'll start with the foam roller because this is the most basic technique we can do. But really the process is the same regardless of what tool you're using. So tonight I've got the foam roller, I've got an add-a-day stick, a self-massage stick, and then I've got this trigger point set that's pretty advanced. But boy, does it do its job. So like I said, regardless of what tool or implement you're using, the process will be the same. So I thought we'd walk through some calf stuff to begin with. Pardon my dog, he's a curious beast. Hi buddy. So what we'll do is start down low by your heel. Come on, go. Good boy, stay. Sorry. We'll start down by the heel on the Achilles. So when you're doing any sort of foam rolling, you always want to work from far towards your heart. So if you're rolling out your arm for some reason, start at your wrist, work towards your heart. Same thing if you've got your hamstrings or quads, start low, work towards your heart. We don't want to interrupt the flow of blood, and this is the best way to do that. So essentially what we want to focus on today is for this section of your leg, your lower leg, your calf and Achilles complex, we want to work in probably 3 to 4 inch segments. So we're not doing the entire calf at once like that. What we want to do is just work back and forth in small segments. Note one thing I'm doing is rotating my foot as much as I can. I'll call it 180 degrees, even though it's not. But from side to side, rotating that foot. And what that will do is help you find areas of your muscle fiber that you may not be aware that they're tight. So back and forth and really small motions. If you're not feeling anything, you want to rest the other foot on top. And this foot on top is basically going to add weight and pressure to the muscle fibers to help you find something that hurts. So for me, right now, my Achilles is really bugging me, and right about there, it's pretty tender. So you find a spot that makes you cringe a little bit, and all you want to do is hold that position. Hold it for 10, 15, 20 seconds, as much as you can bear. And then once you feel like, okay, it's starting to release a little bit, get back into your rocking back and forth and working across that side-to-side spectrum. I'd say once you hit a certain 3 to 4 inch area, probably 2 complete rotations back and forth, so that would be left to right to left to right, you can move up your leg. So now if we hit the Achilles, we're going to move up just another 3 to 4 inches and repeat the same process. Back and forth, back and forth. Again, if you're not feeling anything, add that other leg on top to apply more pressure. So what you want to do, same process, 2 times back and forth, small segments with pressure if you need. If you find a tender spot, hold for 10 to 20 seconds until that releases a little bit, and then continue up. You don't want to get much higher than the back of your knee. You don't want to roll on top of your knee. You're asking for trouble, just because this is an area where your body is susceptible for stretching out ligaments, which we don't want to do. So I'd say stop at the top of your calf before you hit the back of your knee. All right. So like I said, 3 to 4 inch segments, progressively moving up, rotating, adding weight if needed. When you find that tender spot, hold it until it releases a little bit, or you hit 20 seconds, because anyone that has lingering tightness in their calves will probably have a lot of tenderness, a lot of tender spots. So you can't expect, the first time you foam roll for those knots to release. If you have chronic tightness, you're going to have to do this religiously, I mean daily, in order for that to loosen up. And you shouldn't expect results in the first week, not even in the first 2 weeks. This kind of thing, especially if it's new to you, is going to take 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks to really start to feel the benefits of it. But I promise you, it's beneficial. It's worth your time. I feel like maybe I should touch on some of the other tools I have. So the Add-A-Day roller is awesome. Oh, first off, Fleet Feet has variations of this. This is an old one that I've had for probably 12 years. But the newer technology is generally a hollow core, PVC based, with some softer foam around top, with some nodules and things like that. They work great. They definitely work great. This one just hasn't broken down on me because it's a closed cell foam roller, and it still works for what I need it to do. But Fleet Feet has awesome tools just like this, probably about the same size, that you should check out. So this is the Add-A-Day self massager. This one's awesome for finding, because the surface area is smaller, you can definitely dig in deeper and find certain problem areas more easily. It's a great tool. It's portable, so if you want to bring it to a race and help you loosen up before you get to the starting line, It's definitely something you can use. I'd say the downfall to this tool is you can't get the same pressure into the muscle as you can with a foam roller or the trigger point, which I'll show you next. Either way, you know, you can get in there pretty good, but you're also straining your upper body. It's an awkward process, but it's a great tool. Definitely a good tool. I wouldn't have one otherwise. The last thing I wanted to show you guys is this trigger point system. I got the full lower leg thing, which comes in this neat little travel kit net. It's got some balls in there, which are cool. But basically you've got what equates to a yoga block and this weird little wheelie thing. But this is what you want to use for your lower leg. And what you want to do is set it on top of the yoga block there. And again, start down at your Achilles. Oh my God, I already feel the difference. But again, because this is firmer and it's a smaller surface area, all that weight you're putting on top will be accentuated, right? So you're getting a deeper push from this tool than you would from a foam roller. So like I said, once you get past the point where the foam roller is not doing anything for you, you probably want to look into a system like this trigger point system, because dear Lord, does it dig deep. So for me right now, I've got, like I said, a tender Achilles, so I'm not going to put the other leg on top. Again, this is the progress. If you're not feeling anything, put your leg on top. It will get deeper. But it's the same process. Back and forth, small segments, rotating. What's great about this is because you're on top of the yoga block, it forces you to focus on small areas at a time. If you were to just use this tool on the ground, you're not going to have the same amount of leverage and pressure on the muscle. This is the setup you want. This is really amazing and has, in the past, changed my life, and I know I will reap the benefits of doing this. Oh my gosh, it's so painful. Doing this, my Achilles will loosen up. Oh my gosh. Again, if you find something that's really, really tight, just hold that position. Try and relax as much as possible. Breathe deep breaths until that releases a little bit, and then you can continue on. Anyway, all right. So I've shown you my tips and tricks. Hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully you guys put it into practice. I can make more of these videos pretty easily if you find them useful. Just let me know. All right, I'm posting it to Facebook, so comment. Thanks, guys.